The Fountainhead Group, Jackie Romano's in. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
125 years.
Actually, it's going to be 128.
Well, is that what we're up to now? So congratulations on that. And you know that I'm your biggest fan.
I heard your segment a couple weeks ago where you found our fogger and you turned it around and you saw our name on it. And I think you were shocked. I
was shocked. And by the way, I used it incorrectly and I clogged it all up. So when I had to figure out what to do, and I looked in the back and it said New York Mills. So I go over to your place and they just gave me a new one. It was just like that.
That's exciting. Though.
Yeah,
that's how the Fountainhead is.
Yeah.
We have a great customer service department. We have been around, like I said, for, I've been there for over 30 years. The company's over 128 years old.
So since you were a child.
Yeah, so actually, that's true.
Yeah.
So anyway, one of our biggest things is to take care of the customers. I think that's how we've been growing over the year. We take care of our customers and we take care of our employees.
Let's talk about the products. First of all, I do joke about the fogger I love because you try to be outside in the summertime. We only have that so much time. And you fog it up, it gets rid of the mosquitoes, it really works. And if you're really creative, you can get rid of the neighbors too. I kind of joke a little like that. But correct me if I'm wrong, you use those foggers and not just for mosquitoes, but the same concept, the same technology is used when it comes to fighting mold? Is that correct?
No. Okay. Okay. I hear what you're saying.
With me?
You're getting with the deodorizing. There are customers that use it. A customer, for example, some years ago, I don't know if it's a customer today, they're named Unsmoke. And what they would do is if there was a fire in a house or in a building or what have you, they would use a fogger to deodorize. So there are other uses for the fogger.
Okay.
And interesting enough, the Fountainhead Group is a international company.
Right.
We've been expanding our business in many different countries, including just most recently, Australia, New Zealand,
nice.
And we just entertained a customer last night from Russia.
Wow.
And they came into town because they had found a use for the handheld fogger. And what they were using it for is to deodorize gymnasiums. And the person that owns the company, he was selling athletic equipment. And he found that gyms smell.
Yeah.
And so he decided and he found a chemical with the proper base that would be useful in deodorizing gyms. And so we're blessed to find, a new niche for one of our products, which is a deodorizer.
That's really cool.
That's cool.
Gary Heenan should take note. Have you ever been to a hockey
Gary
locker
should.
room? Oof,
yes.
Oof,
so should Rob Esch at the Comets.
Absolutely. Not good.
Yeah, a little stinky down there.
That smell, even if you're not near the guys, like teddy bear toss.
If you have ever
step on the ice, you're like...
Yeah, even stepping on the ice.
You just walk on the ice.
It smells.
All right, so what we've been doing here, and by the way, your products are all over the world. You just came back from China before I get into
anything. That is correct.
Talk about that.
Yes.
What was that like? That had to be interesting.
The Fountainhead Group, a lot of people don't know them. That's why we're here in New York Mills, New York. Mm-hmm. But our products reach all corners of the earth. And we've been blessed with a very large customer, which is Scott's. Scott's is a brand that has Ortho, Miracle Grow. And a lot of people think perhaps we're a private label company or a distributor or a marketer, but in actuality we're a manufacturer and a distributor and a marketer.
Wow.
So we have agreements long-term, like an evergreen agreement with large companies like Scott's, Monsanto, Husqvarna, and many more to name. And what we do, not only do we manufacture products, but we work with them to find out what does a customer need?
Right.
What are they using these products for? Where should these products, where should we change our products? Which products should we invent to help them? So, for example, most recently we emerged and we went into the professional sprayer applicator business, and we're doing a lot of work.
Backpacks and
backpacks and a new lithium-ion battery backpack. We're going into power products because that's where the market's going. But we most recently developed a whole line of professional sprayers for the concrete industry, because you'll see that people. Different types of professionals will use them for spraying acetone.
That end, anytime you do a stamped concrete, you have to spray it, and they have to be sprayed every year. And my guys used when they did ours, they use some sort of a sprayer, but so you make something
Yes,
to apply
we
that.
also make those sprayers now. But the reason, I think your question was why was I over in China? We've been manufacturing for major brands, and some years ago, in the early 2000s, we started a new product. We called it a pump and go, and you'll see them in every single Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart. Everywhere you go, you will see one of our pump and go sprayers. It's a ready to use sprayer. You put like 1.33 gallons of liquid in there. They use Roundup chemical, and it has a manual pump and wand. And
that came from New York Mills.
Well, actually, we designed it. A gentleman by the name of George Mitchell, who's everyone knows in our community. I call him the mayor. He designed the product. We have a patent, but it was the #1 product released for Scott's, a national brand company, and they're very proud of it. But we were selling $6 million a year for the first couple of years that it came out. But you'll see our products all over.
I think I've seen those before too.
The volume was so large, and the investments were so heavy into tooling because there's obviously a lot of tools, a lot of molds to manufacture sprayers. So it was the best decision in order for us to land the business was to take that business over to China.
So you outsourced.
We have a huge operation. We actually kind of outsource because we have a manufacturing company in China where we have our own employees, our own engineer, our own quality control, our own ops managers, and we work really hand in hand with a couple manufacturers in China. But our largest manufacturer in China has been with us for some years, and they manufacture not only some of the ready-to-use products, but also some of the products that we use over in New York Mills, as far as nozzles or pumps or just some accessorial stuff. But what it does is it allows us to keep the costs lower so that we could bring more packaging business to the Fountainhead Group here, because there's no way we could blow mold the tanks or these jugs over in China. So we can bring the accessorial stuff in from China and then have all that blow molding business here in New York Mills and then be able to pack out. That's why we have a lot of opportunities open for new jobs in the blow molding department, injection molding, packing, a lot of the engineering support, quality control support, maintenance. That's why we have all these. We're fortunate enough to keep that cost low with a combination of overseas build and US.
I love this because we have so much that is going on here that we have no clue about. The people, because you drive by, people drive by your place every single day. It's not necessarily the retail outlet that you'd think about. I wouldn't have gone there unless I had an issue and I read on the back of the packaging.
Right.
You go to New York Mills so you have available positions.
We have
That's
many.
the big story.
And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. I'm not here, obviously, to brag about our company. I've been there 30 years. I love it. Many of the people that work there I've hired over the last 30 years. And it's a very family-oriented company. I could say that because I married the owner.
That's good.
Yeah.
And my dog Royce is part of our team now. He's a 5-month-old Chinese Shar-Pei. We love him.
Awesome.
And he knows everybody who works there. And if you don't work there, Royce will let us know by barking loudly in the office and disturbing everybody in the office.
He's head of security. Is really his title.
So the security position is filled.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He also likes to manage the mail. If anybody comes and takes mail, he's not very happy about that. He wants that mail to stay in the slot. So Royce is in the office every single day. So it's a really nice family atmosphere.
Yeah.
I can tell you. Look, again, I've been there closing on 30 years or 31 years, and a lot of the people, my son, Francis, he's 13 years old. When I went out on maternity leave all of 2 weeks, my staff put together an office, and they turned the office into Francis's nursery. So my son Francis was born and raised technically at the Fountainhead Group. I recall one day when I was in a meeting with vendor, and we were talking about freight, and I think I had the baby 2 weeks prior to, and the baby was under my desk sitting on my lap, and all of a sudden the baby cries, and we've just had this meeting, we're negotiating. All of a sudden I just pick up the baby, they're like, "You've got to be kidding." There is like a baby under your desk. So
Well, it's like a little crib area.
So
down
little
there.
Francis.
Yeah.
So not only has Royce been roaming the halls of the Fountainhead group, years ago, 13 years ago, you would have seen Francis
you
crawling
go.
through
That
the
is
office.
funny.
And I would say, "Where's the baby? Where's the baby?" And somebody would be feeding him, and somebody would be burping him, and somebody would be changing his diaper, and I would be in a meeting. He's like, "Somebody get the baby. Where's the baby?"
It's never too early to learn the
That
business.
is funny.
So it is a family-owned business, albeit there is 200 some odd people working for us because we have offices in Ohio. We have offices, obviously, in China, and we do have manufacturers reps throughout the whole United States.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of coverage, and a lot of our reps, even we've been very close to with over the years. My husband is John Romano. He's a strategist, and he has been guiding us along the way. He wanting to make sure that the company would not become a dinosaur way back
Right.
when in the 80s. And so we evolve, and that's why we continue to have engineering positions open, and we continue to grow in a world where it seems as if small companies are closing. We believe in trying to find, what it is that the consumer needs, and we always want to make sure that the employees are employed.
So you're looking for engineers. You're looking for, and this would be opportunities. We always hear, "Boy, my kid graduated. We want him to come home. Has a great degree. Can't find a job around here."
Bill, that's exactly why I wanted to come on today. Town Square Media started this job fair for us, and it's been going fairly well. I think we filled a couple positions, one in customer service, and I can't remember the other one, so I'm not in HR. Oh, thank God,
Yeah.
right? So what happened was, we were coming to the end, and I said, Teresa, I said, how are we doing? And I said, we only filled 2, but we have so many other positions, and so many people come back home in Utica, New York for the holidays.
Right.
Whether it's coming home from college or whether it's coming home from your job and, you just landed a job. But young kids, I think, need to know that there are available jobs here in upstate New York. But more importantly, their parents need to know that. So
Right.
when they're going home for Christmas and say, geez, Mom, there's nothing here for me. I can't find a job. I want the mothers and the fathers to hear that. Send your kid over to the Fountainhead
Yeah.
group. Because even if you're unskilled, if you have some sort of mechanical aptitude or you're looking for a 40-hour-a-week job and you're looking for something constant with a nice, competitive salary, we've got great benefits. We have a very rich benefits program.
Did I see a
Which is
pension plan?
unheard of, by
Yes,
the
I
way.
think that's right. I heard you
I
guys
almost
talking about
fell
a
off the
pension plan.
chair when I read that.
No, because we do have a very rich plan. I could recall going back to the day when I started there with my father-in-law, Mr. Romano. He used to talk about, having insurance for the employee because we wouldn't want them to have a loss, like some sort of loss that they would lose their houses or, their livelihood. And so through the years, we continued to pay for the family plan. And as you all know, with the cost of a family plan, they could be upwards of $20,000 a year for health
Yeah,
insurance.
yeah. Right.
We pay for the plant employees. We pay for basically 90 some odd % of their family plan. That's unheard of this day
Wow.
and age. It
Wow.
really is.
It is.
That's incredible.
It's unheard
Not
of.
just here, but around the country.
Yeah, it's unheard of.
Yeah.
And we have such a rich plan. And they also have, we do a lot for keep the morale up. And we do a Fruit of the Month Club where we would bring in fruit and give everybody fruit. So, for example, at Halloween, everybody got a pumpkin. We brought in skids and truckloads of pumpkins. And then we also had pumpkin carving for the United Way. But we also have walks, and every walk that you see in the area, whether it's the Boilermaker or a St. Jude walk or any the Heartbreak Hill for the Heart Association. You see these walks, you'll always see 20 some odd shirts for the Fountainhead group. So we design our shirts because we also design shirts for the volunteers for the Boilermaker.
Right.
So we get involved in so many things. So you'll see my people. I don't say my people. I sound like Al Roker. My people.
My people.
My
I believe that would be Matt Lauer used to say it that
Yeah,
way.
no.
Yeah. These are my
Okay,
people.
let's not go there, right? That's a whole show in itself.
Well, listen, obviously, we always complain. Kids can't work here, and there's no place, there's nothing to do. This is a great opportunity. You guys also are very instrumental in pushing hockey forward in the area and a big supporter of
Yeah,
Rob
we are
Etch.
definitely Comets fans. We have one of our employees. Her name's Dawn Gubbins. Shout out to Gubby. She's in her office right now, and she's a hoarder. I've never seen anybody buried in paper. This girl's gonna be buried alive in paper. So when she went on vacation, I unloaded her whole office, and I thought, oh my God, everybody in the office was petrified. We're all shaking.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be in trouble if we don't put the piles of paper right back. But anyway, her theme is the Comets. Comets.
Yeah.
She eats, breathes, sleeps the Comets. And little Royce, he walks around with his Comet jersey on as well.
Oh, well, you gotta have that.
You know what? Listen, it has breathed. It has actually created such an excitement in the area, which is a great example of what we can accomplish here.
No, we love it. We have a box.
Yeah.
It's the Fountainhead Group and our sister company, Pacemaker Millar. And for example, tomorrow night we're having all of our gang in from Ohio and a lot of the individuals in our office, and we'll have a party in there.
Nice.
Which is really nice because not only do we have a place to bring our VIPs, our customers, our employees. I think a lot of the employees like it because a lot of them haven't even been to some of the games, and then to come to the game and just see that beautiful suites that they have.
Oh, my God.
And having all that free food and drink.
It's
and
incredible.
They're in their glory.
It's like having a catered, luxurious hotel room. And oh, by the way, the picture window is showing a hockey game. I mean, it's really incredible.
If you care to look.
If you care to look. I mean, it's crazy. All right, Jackie, great stuff. And I think I was arguing about my wife's contract situation in New Hartford. Screw the teaching thing. I think she should go.
She's come over to the Fountainhead Group.
She's just coming over to your place.
There's a lot of things going on.
Enough of it.
Yes, our party this weekend. We're having Friday night. We're having our ugly pajama party. If you ever came to one of our Christmas parties,
Oh, wow.
We've done ugly sweaters, ugly clothes.
Well, that'll be a good
beach
time.
theme. So yeah, this Friday we're doing our ugly. You can see us down at the Aquavino.
Best way to just convert over on Garden Street, New York Mills, right?
Yes, come over to see Teresa Wilson. We're right behind Kirby's. Right, basically right behind Simeon's as well, and just come on in, fill out an application, or send it, via the. You can.
I have a few things. Resume at thefgi.com.
Go say Town Square Media. They'll tell you where to go.
Go to any of our websites. It's all up there. So, all right, Jackie,
Thank
great
you
stuff.
so much for having me, guys.
And you're a good time. I just want to tell you that. So.
Yeah, thanks.
So that bleeds
Early in the morning.
bleeds into the business. It all bleeds in. So, all right, I got a break.